CBS 4 is your local election headquarters. Indiana Senate Republicans meet to talk about the possibility of redistricting here before next year's midterm elections.
The White House, as you know, has been pushing Indiana leaders to redraw Indiana's congressional maps early to give Republicans an advantage. As CBS 4 State House reporter Hannah Adamson explains, Republican leadership not showing their hand.
Ahead of a closed-door meeting among Senate Republicans, the Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray told me there was no update at this time when it comes to redistricting. Democrats tell me if Republicans choose to enter a special session, they will not shy away from pursuing legal action. More than 2 weeks after the Senate President Pro Tem met with President Donald Trump at the White House, still no word on whether Republicans will agree to a special session in Indiana.
So far at this time on redistricting?
No, I don't have anything to say.
Will we have any kind of update either at the end of this week or next week?
I don't think so.
Gerrymandering is wrong.
Wednesday, State Senator Fadi Kaddoura called on Republican colleagues to revisit legislation that would create an independent redistricting commission as an alternative to what he says is blatant gerrymandering.
Two wrongs don't make a right, whether Democrats or Republicans do it, because it will erode our democracy and people will lose representation.
Republicans who did not want to be on camera say the Senate has entered uncharted territory and couldn't speak to whether enough of their colleagues were interested in redistricting early.
I hope that the reasonable voices in the Republican caucuses in the House and the Senate would prevail.
I would assume that it's like with all votes, they're going to count the numbers before they do anything.
Earlier this week, State Representative Craig Haggard, who is for redistricting, told us it's still unclear if leadership will even call a special session.
I want to find out what we're doing, move that direction, because right now I think we're spinning our wheels when this is one of many, many topics to handle, and I think that we should put this in our rearview mirror and move on to other things.
I think it is good strategy for Bray and Houston not to say anything publicly or to tip their hand until they know whether they have the votes or not.
Republican strategist Michael Murphy says if lawmakers choose not to enter a special session, they run the risk of potential retribution from the Trump administration.
The governor is an extension of Donald Trump. And if he does not get this done for Donald Trump, then he sinks in the eyes of Donald Trump and in the eyes of the Republican Party nationwide. The same thing with the legislators.
House Republicans will caucus virtually on Friday to talk about their options. We did reach out to House leadership as well for comment and have yet to hear back. Reporting from the Indiana State House, I'm Hannah Adamson.
Today marks the official